New AirPods from Apple. Up next, we're going to take a look. Welcome and thanks for watching. So initially I wasn't really planning on picking up new AirPods at launch, but I noticed that Apple enabled in-store pickup, and when I checked my local Apple store, they had them in stock. So I ordered them on the always handy Apple Store app on my iPhone, and right after work I made a beeline to the store to pick them up. Now, there were quite a few rumors floating around about what new features the second gen of AirPods might include. Health monitoring, a new texture since the current ones are quite glossy and can be slick in the hand, maybe a new color. There was speculation that Apple would offer a stealthy black option. Well, none of that came to pass. The new AirPods look just like the old AirPods, but with a few new tricks up its sleeve. Apple, in all its marketing glory, is calling these more magical than ever. Are they? Well, let's open them up and take a look. And here we go, the new Apple AirPods. Let's go ahead and unbox this and see what's inside. And again, these are the AirPods with wireless charging case. And there's a case right there. And when you open the box, you have the literature designed by Apple in California. And you have AirPods, some of the literature that comes with it, obviously. So you get that, and here are the new AirPods. Nicely wrapped. Set those aside, see what else is in the box, because there's a little pull tab here. And it is a USB to Lightning cable. So they probably still have, yep, they still have the Lightning port on the bottom. So they're not just wireless charging, they are also wired charging with the Lightning cable. Let's go ahead and set the box aside. And let's take a look at the AirPods themselves. It's always nice peeling the wrappers off new Apple products. See if this will just slip right out. Yep. And there you have it, the new Apple AirPods. And these are the older Apple AirPods, and they are exactly the same size. They're pretty much the same. On the back, the reset button's a little higher on this one. There are the two positions, the original and the new ones. And then the other thing you can tell on the front of the case is there is an LED, and that probably tells you whether it's charging or not. And on the original ones, there are LEDs on the inside right there, and on the new ones they're on the outside. So yeah, there's none there. Let's go ahead and set the old ones aside. First thing I want to check, I have a wireless charger here. Let's see how this wireless charging works. If I set it on a Qi compatible charger, you can see that the light comes on the LED. It's orange, and that means it's charging. That's cool. It'll be even cooler when Apple finally releases AirPower, then I can charge my phone and my AirPods and my watch on one pad like I was supposed to do 2 years ago, was it? It's been a while, I forget how long it was. But we'll see if they finally come out with that. There are rumors that they will be shipping AirPower soon, but we'll see. Let's go take a look at the AirPods themselves. They look the same. They're not really discernible from the original ones. They look exactly the same. Now, while they look exactly the same on the outside, the internals are what's going to make all the difference. And this has that new Apple H1 processor made just for these new AirPods and headphones. So Beats is coming out with some new wireless headphones as well, or pods, and they will have the H1 wireless chip from what I understand. So let's go ahead and pair these up and see if it's just as easy as the originals. And all you really need to do is open up the phone and open the AirPods, and there you go. AirPods, I'm going to hit connect, and they're connected. It's that easy. The AirPods themselves are 66% charged and the case is 79% charged. So I'm going to click done, and there you go. They're already paired. So that's pretty cool. They paired right up as soon as I open them, and right now they say raise AirPods number 2. So what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to unpair the original ones I had, the older version of the AirPods, and just rename these Raise AirPods. So I want to go ahead and put these in, set my phone down, and I want to try that Hey Siri, the voice enabled Siri. See how quickly that is. So I'm thinking of a way to test the voice enabled Siri, because usually if I have my phone open, or even not open, if it's facing up, I'm not sure if the onboard microphone on the iPhone is answering me or if the AirPods will be. So typically what I do know is if I have the phone face down and I ask Siri a question, then it's probably more than likely picking up from the AirPods. So I'm gonna place the phone down, I'm gonna ask Siri to do something, and then I'll pick the phone up to see if the phone picked it up. Because then I'm assured that it's not the onboard microphone again, it's the AirPods. And I am not tapping the AirPods like you do the original version. To invoke Siri on the original version, you have to tap them twice. So let me put both my hands here so you see I'm not tapping my AirPods. And I'll ask, hey Siri, what are the baseball scores today? And right now I can hear her reading the scores to me. And I took one out. I was going to see if I could put it on the microphone so you could hear it, but no, she was in fact reading out all those scores to me. So voice enabled Siri works great. You can wirelessly charge the case without the AirPods in them, and obviously charge them with them in there. I'll have to run it through its paces. I'm pretty sure sound quality will be about the same. I've read online that some people think they sound better, others think they sound about the same. I think the difference will probably be negligible. I think the big advantage is wireless charging, voice-enabled Siri, and the longer talk time, which will be great for me. Sometimes I use these when I have meetings, and I use these as Bluetooth headphones and microphones. And this one is starting to cut off short on me, so that'll be great to have the new ones. And I think it's an hour extra more talk time than the original, and I believe it's more the battery has more capacity, or at least has longer runtime. I believe it's 5 hours listen time, 3 hours total talk time, and again that'll vary with usage and what you're listening to, I'm sure. Cool. So these are the new AirPods. Wireless charging, all new Apple H1 headphone chip, which gives these faster and more reliable connection, quicker switching between devices, 30% lower latency during gaming, and the all-important, to me anyway, voice-enabled Siri access. As a HomeKit user saying, hey Siri, into these new AirPods without the need to double tap them like the former version will add greatly to the functionality when accessing my smart home devices. So what if you already own a pair? Is it worth it upgrading to these new ones? That's going to really depend on you, the individual user. If you use your AirPods mostly for listening to music and answering calls, then I'd say maybe not. That is unless your current pair are maybe limping along and not holding as much of a charge as they used to. If they're fine, I recommend sticking with what you already have. If you happen to just want the new wireless charging, you can pick up this case for $79 on its own, and they'll be compatible with the older set of AirPods. If you do want all the new bells and whistles but don't care about wireless charging, you can pick up the new AirPods for the same price as the old AirPods, and that's, I believe, around $159. But if any of the new features appeal to you, then I say don't hesitate. Go run to your Apple Store and pick up a pair as soon as you can get your hands on them. I honestly wasn't going to myself, but in the end I'm glad I did. For me personally, the voice-enabled Siri, longer talk time, and wireless charging was worth the extra cost. Your mileage may vary. With that, I'm going to wrap it up, and if you found any of this info useful, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, or maybe you haven't already, please consider subscribing and maybe tapping that bell to get notifications when I upload new content. And of course, as always, please take care and be safe out there.